run for higher office and their feelings about these.
What up, my peoples that desire your guide to filthy animal with filthy topics, where we talk our trash and one man's trash. What's up, my peoples that desire your guide to filthy animal with filthy topics, where we talk our trash and one man's trash is another man's treasure. First off, I want to wish you everyone blessings upon blessings and positive vibes. What I want to talk about today is the Mayor de Blasio of New York City. I have a video here where you can just hear where the police are chanting against him, and
Bill de Blasio can't run the city, can't run the country, can't run the city, can't run the country.
Mayor de Blasio is a candidate for president.
Right, so we have all these officers who don't like Mayor de Blasio. Why? Because I believe he calls them out on their bullshit, just like the police brutality that happened on the Lower East Side in Manhattan today with this Latin officer. I'm not sure if he was Puerto Rican or Dominican, whatever it was. You know, he was very abusive with his power, and you know, we all want to come at the white people, and we all want to come at the white people all the time and blah blah blah. But a lot of times it's these officers that are of our own race that are worse than the other people of other races, okay? And I can tell you this because I've dealt with this firsthand, okay? I don't know what you guys have, a chip on your shoulder, the Latin or some black officers, okay? Because, you know, a lot of them are down to earth also. And I shout you guys out, the ones who do their job and you know, play it with a good heart, you know, and compassion, and really take it to the heart. Now, there's these other officers that they're very abusive with their power, and you know, this guy, it's not his first time, okay, being abusive with his power, and it's a very sad thing, you know, that us as citizens, we have to go through this. And you know, a lot of people don't talk about it, but you know, they want us to give a lot of praise to our officers, but in reality, all they do is harass us. You know, in reality, that's all they do is harass us. And then things like this happen. They shoot us. They kill us for no reason. They have no training at all. Okay, they go to an academy for less than 2 years. I don't know how long is it. You know, if anyone wants to fill me in on that, how long is the academy and things like that. You know, I'm not against law enforcement or anything like that, but I am against the abuse. And you know, everyone wants to come at Mayor de Blasio, and I think it's more because he's calling them out on their bullshit. Just like this was his tweet today. He said, saw the video from the Lower East Side and was really disturbed by it. The officer involved has been placed on modified duty and an investigation has begun. The behavior I saw in that video is simply not acceptable. Okay. Now the officers want to get mad at him, but look at the type of shit they do. Okay, and lucky that the person that they abused this way, they didn't kill him. Okay, let's just be honest. It's very sad. And if anyone listens to this, if you're an officer, I'm not coming at you guys. I'm coming at the low-life scum motherfuckers who take that badge and don't uphold the Constitution. Which, sorry to tell you guys, which is the majority of you guys. Why? Because the majority of you guys don't even know your laws that you're upholding. Now, where I'm going to go with this is, when I say you guys don't know the laws you upholding, y'all know the top layer pretty much, or the basic, is like taking the back of a book and not reading the whole book, just reading the back or reading the prologue or whatever that is, right? and y'all gave an oath to this Constitution. But what you officers don't even understand that you're not upholding the Constitution. You're holding up a bunch of statutes and fake laws that are not the Constitution but are maritime laws, okay? Which is why everything's a contract, everything is an account. So when I say you guys uphold the law that is not the law you guys are supposed to uphold, and that's just the reality, okay? Because every day these lawmakers are creating another law to take our freedom and to make a decision of what we can and cannot do. And then you guys come and enforce this law, okay? Not even understanding that the laws and statutes that were created are mostly and partially illegal and have no jurisdiction, okay? That's the part that you police officers do not understand. That the majority of these cases are illegal, no matter what. If there is not a charging party, okay, an accuser, okay, and I don't mean the state versus whoever, the state versus whoever. No, that is not an accuser, okay? That is not an accuser because it is not the state. It is the corporation who is pressing these charges, which is a fictitious entity. Okay? What is a fictitious entity? Is the United States of America. Nope. Not the government. No, yes, the government. But the corporation, actually. Okay? What was once the government, which was capital U, lowercase N.y.p.d States of America, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Not all capitals that we see now. So when I say you officers don't even understand the laws that you're upholding, I say that with all sincerity. I don't mean that in any way to offend you guys. A lot of you guys really think you're doing the right thing. But the reality is you guys are not upholding the Constitution, you're upholding the maritime laws and the statutes that are created by these greedy politicians, okay? Which at the end of 99% of the laws that are created, there is $1 to be made behind it, whether it's your license, whether it's speeding, whether it's jaywalking, whether it's riding a bike on the sidewalk, whatever it is, has to do with $1 at the end of it or in the beginning of it, whether it's getting a fishing license. Why would you need a fishing license if you're a free person? Why? Okay? That's just something like, okay, there's states that you can't even collect rainwater, right? So when I tell you officers, and this is not only for NYPD, okay, because I don't only speak to New York, I speak to everyone, every state. You don't even understand what you're upholding, okay? And I respect the sheriff that spoke out and said he will only uphold the laws of the Constitution, and everything else he would not uphold. And that's the type of officers that we must respect, because you know what? We must live by the Constitution, which is God's given right, okay, to travel the land and whatever else it is that comes with it. But it's God's given right to be free and to live in the pursuit of happiness, okay? And as far as I know, pandemic, whatever we going through, police brutality, blah, 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 to my understanding, your oath is to that Constitution, not to these maritime laws. Okay? That, like I said, behind every law, there is revenue to be made. Okay? So, with that being said, to NYPD and officers around the country, understand what was your oath. Have morals, okay, to that oath that you took. To have understanding, not just for a paycheck. Not just for a paycheck. Not just to have a power to run the red lights. Okay? Whatever it is that's your fucking power trip. Okay? Slam people on their head. Fucking choke them out. At any chance you get. And this is not for all of you. I've run across some good officers in my time that they've been very fucking cool, and they fucking they fucking either let me slide with some shit, or they were just very respectful and by the book, and everything went the way it should have went. And then I've dealt with some officers that, put it like this, I got my ribs broken from police brutality. And it is what it is. That goes for not going by the book. I just went through a situation where I was pulled over and the officer did not go by the book. He jumped out of his car, started screaming for me to get out of my vehicle. I get out of my vehicle with my license in my hand, hands up, of course. We don't want no accidents. And, the saddest part was that this officer was a black officer. Okay? And this guy had no compassion. He was a complete dick. He forced me out of my car. Supposedly it smelled like weed. Most likely it fucking did. But by law, he had a procedure to follow. And he chose not to follow that procedure, okay? When I pulled up, he put on his blue lights. He stood behind me for a couple seconds. I'm bugging out, like, why the fuck hasn't this officer come to my damn window, right? I have my license in my hand. He walks halfway to my car, gun out, screaming, "Step out of the vehicle!" For no reason. I didn't do anything. My car doesn't even have tints. Okay, so I step out of the vehicle, and this officer is just like, "Where's your ID?" Ah, he's just screaming. I'm like, "Hey, calm down. Like, relax. It's okay. You don't have to get crazy. Here's my ID. Everything's legit. Stand there by the back of the car, blah, blah, blah." All right, I stand by the back of the car. He goes to his cruiser. Not even 5 seconds, he goes to his cruiser, comes back, puts me in cuffs. Says, "You got any weed on you?" Blah, blah, blah. Stay quiet. Right? Say, "You got any weed on you again?" I say, "Isn't it legal?" So all I told him, I didn't say he can search me. I didn't give him any permission to do anything. He goes in my pocket, grabs the weed, right? Whatever. But remember, he did not follow procedure, regardless of what. I don't care what he supposedly smelled, okay? Because he did not smell that from outside my car, from inside his cruiser, okay? So like I said, pull me over, walk less than halfway, start screaming for me to get out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle. I give him my ID. He gets to his cruiser. He goes back to his cruiser. He has someone in there. In less than 5 seconds, he comes back, throws me in cuffs. Long story short, he didn't follow the procedure. He was supposed to come to my window, tell me why I got pulled over for, grab my license, blah, blah, blah. Even if he smelled the marijuana. Even if he smelled it. Okay? Grab my license, whatever, run it. Ask me, can he search my vehicle? Okay? Now, yay or nay, either way, okay? Yay or nay. Ask me if he can search my vehicle. Not just turn my shit the fuck up like he did. Okay? Then, if I give him permission to search my vehicle, then he can search it. If he finds something, then whatever, he goes on from there. If he doesn't find nothing, then we go on from there. Right? But no. He didn't do that. Okay? What he did was he turned my shit up. And the proper procedure would have been to ask me to search my vehicle, okay, whether he smelled it or not, okay? And if I would have said no, then his next move, because he smelled the marijuana, okay, would be to call in an officer with a canine or a state trooper with a canine, okay, to come smell the car. If the dog hits on the car, meaning when they walk the dog around the vehicle and it smells something, okay, that it's whatever, and it barks, so it grabs a hit on the car, then they're allowed to tow your car and then search your vehicle, okay? Even if there's nothing, that's the procedure, okay? Get a warrant, okay, to tow your car and then search it because the dog gave reason to suspect that there is something illegal in your vehicle. That is the way the procedure goes down. So, there are procedures, and there are good officers that follow the procedures, whether they... It goes like this. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So they go by the procedure no matter how much they have an itch and they know somebody's fucking lying to them. But you know what? They follow the procedure. Not just take shit into their own fucking hands. And those officers I can't respect, but it's you guys that are abusive like that, like this officer, this black officer that in the state of Florida that just did not follow procedure. He made me get out of my vehicle. This is way before he smelled any marijuana, okay? Made me get out of my vehicle. All I had was a cracked windshield. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was driving normal, wasn't speeding. Pulled me over the cracked windshield. And I want to know, what's the issue with the Latin and the black officers that are more assholes to their own people? That's the thing that I don't understand. Why must you guys be more of a headache to people that the struggle we've came up under, and the harassment and the abuse? Why must you contribute to that? Is my question, okay? That is my question to you officers. Like this either Puerto Rican or Dominican officer that is continuously abusing his power because he's some type of narc and he has a fucking chip on his fucking shoulder. And reality is, we respect him because he's an officer. But he's a real bitch. He's a real bitch, and there's no other way to put it. And hope he gets what he deserves. I hope he faces the charges and the music like any other fucking person would. Or put it like this, like any other... like any other Latin or black person for their crimes. So let him face the music. Screw you, dude. Okay? Especially, you're of our own kind. Whether it's black, Latin, you're one of us, motherfucker. Remember that. You're one of us. You eat rice and beans. Your mother goes to C-Town and Bravo. Like, don't be a fucking bitch. Don't be a fucking bitch is what I'm going to tell you, officer. Right? Your mother shops at Bravo and C-Town and makes sofrito and does all that good shit just like our moms. And what the fuck is your problem, man, beating on people like that? Why they don't hit you back? Because you're fucking cops or you're fucking abusive fucking pussy. And on that note, I hope you get what you got coming. Mayor de Blasio, as you guys know, I'm no fan of any politician. But call these motherfuckers out. They don't like it, oh fucking well. And pretty much that's all I had to say today. So it's I, your guy, Filthy Animal with Filthy Topics, where we talk our trash, and one man's trash is another man's treasure. Peace.